Assalamu alaikum. In disorders of nervous system, today we will study about meningitis. So introduction involves overview of the disease. Meningitis is the inflammation of the meninges. Meninges are the protective layer that surrounds the brain and the spinal cord. The meninges consist of three layers. These are dura mater, the arachnoid mater, the pia mater. Meningitis can be caused by bacteria, virus and fungi. Meningitis manifestations involve fever, headache, nuchal rigidity and photophobia. Treatment of the meningitis depends on the cause, for example antibiotics for bacterial meningitis and drugs to relieve symptoms. Definition: meningitis is the inflammation of the meninges covering the brain and spinal cord, a serious disease in which there is inflammation of the meninges caused by viral or bacterial infection and marked by intense headache and fever and sensitivity to light and muscular rigidity. Types of meningitis involve bacterial meningitis. Meningitis caused by bacteria like Streptococcus pneumonia, Group B Streptococcus and Neisseria meningitis can be life-threatening and require urgent medical attention. Viral meningitis caused by viruses like enterovirus, arbovirus and herpes simplex virus is serious but often less severe than bacterial meningitis, and people with normal immune system usually get better on their own. There are some vaccines to prevent some viral meningitis. Fungal meningitis. Meningitis caused by fungi like Cryptococcus and Histoplasma, and it's usually acquired by inhaling fungal spores from the environment. People with certain medical conditions like diabetes, cancer, or HIV are at a high risk of fungal meningitis. Parasitic meningitis. Various parasites can cause meningitis or can affect the brain or nervous system in other way. Overall, parasitic meningitis is much less common than the viral and bacterial meningitis. Classification: meningitis can be classified on the basis of duration. These are acute, subacute, and chronic. Acute involve symptoms which presents within a period of 0 to 24 hours. Subacute involves symptoms lasting from 1 to 7 days, and chronic involve symptoms lasting over 7 days. Risk factors involve alcoholism, autoimmune disorders, for example lupus erythematosus, conditions like HIV/AIDS, cancer, or diabetes, immunosuppressive drugs, for example corticosteroids or chemotherapy, intravenous drug abuse, removal of the spleen, and smoking. Pathophysiology: nasopharyngeal colonization, then local invasion of bacteria leading to endothelial cell injury. It leads to meningeal invasion, subarachnoid space inflammation, and hydrocephalus, which leads to interstitial edema and ultimately increased intracranial pressure. Signs and symptoms involve high-grade fever, severe headache, nausea and vomiting, stiff neck or rigid neck rigidity, lethargy and fatigue, sensitivity to light or photophobia, seizures, purple color skin rashes, and coma. Assessment observation involve meningeal irritation, which is due to nuchal rigidity, photophobia, and kerning sign. Mental status: disorientation, lethargy, other neurological symptoms, cranial nerve deficit. Body temperature is elevated, and skin involves petechiae and purpura. Others are generalized malaise. Diagnostic studies and findings involve lumbar puncture test. Appearance may be turbid and clear in when we compare and contrast the bacterial and viral meningitis, and leukocytes are present 500 to 20,000 and 10 to 500 in viral meningitis. Cell types which are present are neutrophils in bacterial meningitis and lymphocytes in viral meningitis. Protein level increased and in bacterial and viral both. Glucose level is decreased in bacterial meningitis and normal in viral meningitis. Gram stain for positive for bacteria, and in viral absence of bacteria. Blood culture for positive for influenza and for Neisseria meningitis. Respiratory cultures are positive for influenza and Neisseria meningitis and Streptococcus pneumonia. Skull or sinus X-ray may indicate original site of infection, and computerized tomography may indicate hydrocephalus. Management. Medical management involve it is aimed at rapid diagnosis and administration of anti-infective agents, supportive agents, and prevention of complication. General management involve isolation, which is may be initiated until the organism has been identified. Control of hypothermia, tapped sponge baths or hypothermia blanket may be used for persistent temperature. Control of increased intracranial pressure. Measures to reduce elevating intracranial pressure may be necessary. Respiratory involved mechanical ventilation may be necessary. Seizures precautions involved initiated in the event of the seizure activity. Fluid and electrolyte balance. Fluid balance must be carefully monitored so as to maintain adequate and controlled cerebral edema. Rehabilitation is determined by the extent of the neurological deficit. Drug therapy involve anti-infective agents. These are drug of choice is selected on the basis of the identified organism. Analgesics, for example, acetaminophen, and nursing diagnosis involve potential for infection related to bacterial or viral invasion of the meninges, hyperthermia related to the infection, altered cerebral tissue perfusion related to central nervous system infection, cerebral edema, increased intracranial pressure, hydrocephalus, and potential for injury related to onset of seizure activity, pain related to headache, nuchal rigidity, photophobia, and generalized irritability. Nursing care plan. Assessment involves a nuchal rigidity, photophobia, and presence of Kerning sign. Subjective data involves complaints of a severe headache, head pain, stiff neck, generalized discomfort, and sensitivity to light. Objective data include facial grimacing, stiff neck, back pain, swelling in the knees and joints, and photophobia. Nursing diagnosis is made as pain related to meningeal irritation as avoidance by nuchal rigidity, photophobia, and generalized irritability. Planning involves the patient pain will be relieved. Nursing interventions include assess patient level of discomfort, maintain quiet, darkened room, and provide comfort measures, massage ice bag to the head, administer analgesics as prescribed. Rational involve headache and neck pain are often very severe. Extreme sensitivity to light is common. Extraneous activity which may aggravate headache. To promote relaxation may relieve discomfort. Evaluation involves the patient pain has been relieved. The patient confirms relief of headache, neck pain, photophobia, and she shows no facial grimacing or generalized. He or she shows no facial grimacing or generalized irritability. Complication of the disease include increased intracranial pressure, hydrocephalus, cerebral infarction, cranial nerve deficits, encephalitis, brain abscess, visual impairment, deafness, intellectual deficits, seizures, endocarditis, and pneumonia. This is all about the today's topic. Thank you so much.